This is my 1970 Dodge Dart Swinger. It's originally a 318 car. It's been documented, had a build sheet, fender tag, documented by Galen Govier. And it was originally a 318 car. It now has a 340. It's a 72 340 block. And the it now has a 416 stroker, Eagle crank, Eagle stroker kit, and Edelbrock aluminum heads. It's a pretty quick car. There's lots of details on my posting. I'm going to show you some things here. Let's open the hood. Everything's detailed under here. You can see the aluminum heads and Mopar performance valve covers, everything. It's got a Jegs aluminum radiator and electric fan. There's a vacuum pump underneath the battery for the power brakes, and there's also a vacuum canister tucked up underneath between the front wheel well and the radiator support. The car's very clean. Was restored in 2007, and this motor was just built in April of 2010. You can see under the hood's real clean and everything. There's a piece right there missing of the factory. I think it's sound deadening or whatever between the brace and the hood. Grill's been restored. Took me and another guy about 2.5 weeks to do that. Car's very solid. All original sheet metal. We didn't do anything to it other than back here by the rear quarters there was 2 very small spots, strips about maybe 6 inches long by about 1.5 inches, 2 inches tall, that were cut out of rust. Interior, it's pretty much all original. I replaced the carpet and the rear deck there. These headrests I just bought at Mopar Nationals last summer, restored them. You can see there's a real small hole right there in the seat, but other than that it's pretty clean. It is a factory air car, but the air is not hooked up right now. But I have everything if you wanted to hook it all up. See there, all new gaskets, everything. The bumpers are all re-chromed, new taillight lenses, new gas tank, new sending unit. Has cow tracks on the rear end. It's an 8 1/4, not an 8 3/4, it's an 8 1/4, but it does have a 391 gear, Richmond gear. And they did the gear, it's been about 2.5 years ago. It was, let me try to open the trunk here, give me just a second. The trunk's really tight, sorry about that. Don't have an assistant out here, but they said the rear end, everything was tight. It was almost like a brand new rear end, so I just left everything alone. See, underneath everything's clean. There's does have a speaker box back here, and it does have an amp and stuff, and there's stereos you saw inside. It's not working right now. I put a new tack in last summer, and after I hooked the tack up, the stereo quit lighting up, and I just have never messed with it. But it's all there if you want to go that route. Of course, you heard it run. It's kind of hard to hear stereo when you're driving. You can see it has the Summit's weld wheel knockoffs on it, but 4-inch skinnies, and the backs are 35, 60, 15s. There's still room in there if you want to put a little bit bigger tire. I also have a set of these same wheels with the Mickey Thompson ET Street slicks that go with them, the pair of those, and also the stock 14-inch dog dish steel wheels with the dog dish hubcaps. A set of 4 of those. Actually, there's 6 altogether because when I got the car, it had small bolt pattern on the front, and big bolt pattern on the back, which I changed. Put disc brakes off a 73 Scamp on the front to make a big bolt pattern all the way around. Again, all the glass is good. This car, for the most part, doesn't need really anything. It's a very clean car. You might find a little nick or two or scratch here or there. There's a very small one. Right there. And the most noticeable was right here on the upper fender where I dropped a tool right here. Working one time. It's very small. It's less than an inch, but again, full disclosure, I like telling you everything, so there's no surprise. The top's in good shape. Couple very small, right here in the front, very small bubbles that anybody that knows anything about tops could probably glue that in a half hour, an hour or something. I don't know anything about tops, but that's the car, and it's going to make somebody very happy. It made me very happy.